Some stories don't begin with love. They begin with fear. With a choice you never meant to make. With a man you never meant to meet. Elena Rossi never believed in fate. But fate believed in her. And the night she crossed paths with Dante Moretti was the night her life stopped belonging to her. Tonight, you'll hear the story she never lived long enough to tell. A story about protection. And the price it demands. Elena Rossi lived a quiet life. The kind of life that leaves no footprints. She worked at a small bookstore tucked between a bakery and a forgotten tailor shop. She loved stories but never believed her own life would become one. That night she stayed late. Inventory. Receipts. The kind of tasks that make time feel heavy. She stepped outside, pulling her coat tighter. The street was empty. Too empty. A black SUV rolled up beside her. Slow. Silent. Wrong. Before she could react, a hand grabbed her arm. Man whispering. Don't scream. Her breath froze. Her heart didn't. Then, gunshots shattered the night. Glass exploded. A second SUV screeched to a stop. A man stepped out. Tall. Sharp suit. Eyes like winter. He moved with the calm of someone who'd lived through too many storms. Man asked, "Get behind me." She didn't think. She obeyed. He fired with precision. 2 shots, then 3. And the men who grabbed her fell like shadows losing their shape. When the silence returned, he turned to her. No smile. No comfort. Just a stare that felt like a verdict. Man asked, "You're safe now." But he didn't sound relieved. He sounded conflicted. That was the first time Elena saw Dante Moretti. The man the city whispered about. The man the police feared. The man whose enemies never lived long enough to regret crossing him. He saved her. But nothing in his eyes said, hero. Elena tried to forget the night before. She shelved books. She made tea. She pretended her hands weren't shaking. Then the bell above the door chimed. Dante Moretti walked in. He didn't browse. He didn't pretend. He simply said, "Dante asterisk. You're in danger because of me." Elena blinked. Confused. Annoyed. Scared. Elena asterisk. "I don't even know you." Dante asterisk. "You weren't supposed to. But now you do. And that means you're a target." She stepped back. Elena asterisk. "I don't want your protection." He didn't move. Didn't raise his voice. Didn't threaten. But his presence alone felt like a locked door. Dante asterisk. "This isn't a choice. You stay where I can see you." And just like that, her life was no longer hers. Guards followed her. Her routes changed. Her phone buzzed with unknown numbers that always turned out to be his men. Dante appeared at her apartment unannounced. At her bookstore. At the cafe she visited every morning. He wasn't cruel. He wasn't kind. He was inevitable. But there were moments, small ones, that made her question everything. One night she found him sitting outside her building, staring at the sky. Elena asterisk. "Do you ever sleep?" He didn't look at her. Dante asterisk. "Not well." Elena asterisk. "What?" A long pause. Dante asterisk. "Because everything I care about gets taken from me." She didn't know what to say. He didn't expect her to. But for the first time she saw something human in him. Something broken. And broken men have a way of making you believe you're the only one who can fix them. Weeks passed. Elena's fear softened into curiosity. Curiosity into trust. Trust into something she didn't want to name. But one night, everything shattered. She overheard Dante in the next room. His voice low, sharp, controlled. Dante muffled. "Yes, she's leverage. As long as they think she matters to me, they won't touch her." Elena froze. Leverage. Not protected. Not cared for. Used. Her heart cracked in a way she didn't know hearts could. When Dante walked into the room she was already crying. Elena asterisk. "Was any of it real?" He didn't answer. Elena asterisk. "Tell me the truth." He exhaled slowly. Dante asterisk. "I never promised to be good. I only promised to keep you alive." Her voice broke. Elena asterisk. "Alive isn't the same as living." He stepped closer. She stepped back. Dante asterisk. "Elena." Elena asterisk. Don't say my name like it means something." And for the first time Dante Moretti, the man who feared nothing, looked afraid. Elena packed her things. A small suitcase. A few books. A life she was ready to reclaim. Dante stood in the doorway. He didn't block her. He didn't command her. He didn't threaten. He just looked lost. Dante asterisk. "I don't know how to love without hurting people." She paused. Turned. Looked at him. Really looked. Elena asterisk. "Then learn. But don't learn on me." She touched his face. For the first time, he leaned into her hand like a man starving for warmth. A tear slipped down his cheek. He didn't wipe it away. Dante asterisk. I'm sorry. Elena asterisk. I know. She walked past him. Down the stairs. Into the night. He didn't follow. Because he finally understood. If you love someone, you don't cage them. You let them go. Weeks passed. Elena rebuilt her life. She smiled again. She breathed again. Then one night she found a letter taped to her door. No signature. Just a single line. You were the only thing I ever wanted to protect. Attached was a news clipping. Dante Moretti? Dead. Killed in a warehouse fire. But the security footage showed a man walking away from the flames. A man with Dante's build. Dante's walk. Dante's shadow. The world believed he died. Elena knew better. Some men don't die. They disappear. And some loves don't end. They wait.